You are like a river. A river flows according to the path of least resistance. It can't flow without a path. Paths are formed either by the river's activity or an external force, and the river might always appear similar, but it's never truly the same river, except in concept. And of course, rivers can also be manipulated into something completely unlike their original form. To be more precise, your mind is like a river. This is true on a philosophical level, a psychological level, and even a neurological level. On a philosophical level, we are most often inclined to travel in the easiest direction, that direction which our desire sets before us. We often don't even see another path, but it's possible to redirect desire consistently enough that you begin to form new desires, and it's possible to subject yourself to the kinds of circumstances which will force more immediate change. Though you might always feel like yourself, maybe even the same, you are always changing, even if you are only becoming more rooted in seeking the most prominent or immediate desire. On a psychological level, behaviors and habits likewise form according to the path of least resistance, and we are conditioned by our environment. Most of us go with the flow of some group. We're likely to do what the people around us do and think like the people around us think. And it's extremely difficult to break the resulting habits. However, we can condition ourselves through the implementation of alternative habits, or by positioning ourselves in the sort of environment that will force the formation of new habits. The psychological ramifications of this information are not to be undersold. Nazism did not emerge because an entire society decided they wished to be evil one day. Social media has played a tremendous role in the formation of a new, ever-developing culture, and we now have entire fields of study, such as behavioral economics, utilizing the findings of psychology to manipulate our inclinations and decisions through various means like choice architecture. But don't despair. If utilized properly, we can use this information ourselves to form stronger, more loving minds. On a neurological level, the brain grows with exercise just as our muscles do, and deteriorates without proper activity. Like a river, it will work to evolve the path most frequently traveled through the development of neurons and synapses. The direction of our attention and the activities with which we stimulate our brain will largely dictate the way it forms. Studies have shown an incredible number of things. Meditation, for example, can grow perceptible amounts of gray matter while shrinking our amygdala, a part of our brain responsible for fear. Reading improves brain connectivity, increasing white matter in related areas. And both of those function as preventative measures against cognitive decline and dementia. But also like the river, it is a slow and often imperceptible process through which our mind changes. Something noteworthy about this is that, observed under an electron microscope, neurons visually resemble the fractal nature of a river. Our attention is like that ever-constant water, traveling the paths that it's created for itself. It's important that we exercise it. If we don't develop the proper network of channels for it to travel through, we'll never be able to fully explore the landscape of mind. We should be reaching for the farthest extremities, like explorers to a new continent. Like those explorers, there are some places we'll learn are better left alone. And if we consistently stop attending to those things which create our judgments against one another, or our negative perception of the world, or our selfish desires, we can dam up that side of the landscape which causes so much suffering. And if we learn to direct our attention toward kindness, acceptance, and love, we can develop the channels for those qualities to flow, not only in ourselves, but in the world around us.